everyone. Welcome back to the Winner's Circle. I'm Derrick.
And I'm Cody.
And we're here. Happy holidays to everybody out there. I changed my background, if you can tell. Got the green and red
the
rocking
green and the
going.
red.
Had to do it.
I changed mine too.
Yep, dude, I was like, wow, that's festive. That's great. But you know what I don't see back there? A fruitcake. But we're going to get into that in a little bit.
I might be, you know what? I forgot it behind. I wasn't even thinking.
You know what? You didn't take it with you? You didn't take it home?
Did
you have a bite of it?
I didn't, bro. We'll get into it.
Okay.
I was not happy about that. And I was like, what a joke. What a joke.
Was there actually a fruitcake in there?
Yeah, man. A big ass fruitcake, heavy as hell.
I've never had a fruitcake.
Neither have I.
That was the first question. I was like, what's a fruitcake?
And honestly, man, it was heavy. And then they were like, take it out, show everybody. And as I did that, it like flopped all over. I was like, bro, what am I doing here? Get me out. Send me. I'm done with this. And I was never going to take it. I literally walked up, bro, did the whole like jump, like, all right, I'm out of here. And I handed it to one of the people. I go, I'm not taking this home.
I was like, man, he had to know that was heavy. That was the wrong one. She's got to go with the light box.
Right when I
one of the
grabbed
bigger
it, it was
boxes.
heavy. Yeah.
He knew it.
Right when I grabbed it, I knew because it was heavy, and I was like, what a waste.
Yeah, like fruitcake. All right, we're gonna get into all of it because that's why we're here. Well, we have a sponsor tonight. We're gonna get to that in a couple minutes. It's glassesusa.com. We're not going to them yet, but we had, got to pay the bills. Got to keep the lights on, right?
That's right.
So we got a sponsor tonight, and also we have a new show, Reindeer Games, that just came out on CBS. I guess it's a version of Big Brother, although I'm not really calling it Big Brother. It's not really Big Brother. I don't think anybody
in the Big Brother house.
That is true.
That's
is in the
about
Big
it.
Brother house. But I want to dive into it because I'm not saying it's not Big Brother in a negative way. I'm actually saying it in a positive way because knowing we were going to cover this, I had to watch it. You experienced it. I had to watch it. I watched the first episode, which was 90 minutes. And I won't lie, I didn't watch the entire second episode. I skipped around to get to, certain parts and to obviously get to your competition because it was another 90 minutes. But overall, I have to say, I really enjoyed it for a lot of reasons. But before I keep going, what's your general thought on it? I know we're going to get to our sponsor, but what's your overall takeaway after seeing it now, after living it?
It's so funny. It was pitched as a fun holiday special. It was pitched as, there's not really a social element to it. It's all competitions, but we're trying to have fun. It's going to be lighthearted. I'm like, all right, guys, because listen, you go on All Stars, you do stuff like, and you know this because like there's people that you cut and there's people that you hurt, and you have to be in a mental state to be willing to do that. And I was in that mental state on All Stars. And after All Stars, that mental state kind of wavered for me. Like, I'm going in, I'll be as cutthroat as I need to be. I'm more lighthearted now. Like, I want to have fun. And so they got me. This is going to be fun. It's going to be lighthearted. Christmas. I love the holidays. And boy, did we find out very quickly it was not that. And so, not to get into it too much just yet before our sponsor, but I felt bamboozled. But at the end of the day, I was so happy to be a part of it because the cast that they put together, one, I felt honored to be in that cast, and two, they were such genuine people, and I got so close to so many people in there that I otherwise would have never met. And so it was such a blessing to be a part of that, and I'm so happy to have been a part of it.
Yeah, man, you've been on a good streak because you did Traitors Season 1, which blew up.
Yep.
And you were on that. It's a brand new show. Didn't know what you were walking into.
Yep.
Huge success. And then you're on this Reindeer Games, which a lot of people, especially if you go off social media, were like, oh, this is going to be stupid.
Right.
And it's really good.
Really good.
And it's a whole different conversation we're going to have. Maybe tonight, maybe not. But the format of the show is very different from a traditional Big Brother show. And it seems like people really love it. So you have to wonder, does that, producers are watching social media. They're listening to the audience to some degree. And you have to wonder if the ratings are going to make them say, maybe we should be doing regular Big Brother more like this as well. So I'm interested to see how that goes. But I'll tell you, people really seem to love this format.
Yeah. But I do have a thought about that. But before we get into it, because I think this is a great segue, we'll hear from our sponsor of this episode, glassesusa.com.
The holiday season is here, and it's the perfect time to buy that thing you've been eyeing for a while. and we have the best deal for you. GlassesUSA.com is one of the biggest eyewear retailers in the U.S., offering 10,000 prescription eyeglasses, sunglasses, and contact lenses at up to 70% off retail pricing, starting at only $39. This holiday season, GlassesUSA.com has so many exclusive offers that you can't find anywhere else. So check out the holiday offers by clicking the links in the description box below. You will not regret it. And you guys might have noticed I'm wearing a pair of eyeglasses you may have seen before. These are my favorite eyeglasses from GlassesUSA.com, and these are the Ray-Ban RX, I want to make sure I get this right, RX 5279. I love these glasses. I think they fit my face pretty good, and I have trouble with glasses a lot of the times. They're either too narrow or too wide. So GlassesUSA.com had me covered, and these are my favorite. Cody, what about you?
Yeah, so I decided to go with the Ototo Copperfield, and if you guys have been watching this podcast, I've had these now for the last few months. They are my everyday glasses. I don't sit in front of a computer screen without these glasses on. The other pair that I went with are the Ototo Arno. They're a little bit more sleek. I wear these like if I'm going to go out to dinner and I want to have like a little bit of a look. This is the one I'm going for. So yeah, I know, people might have something to say about that, but I love these glasses. They're absolutely incredible. Now, Glasses USA understands that shopping online can be fun, but it also can be extremely overwhelming, especially with so many options. That's why I love shopping for my new glasses with GlassesUSA.com. They offer some amazing tools to help you find your perfect pair. One of these tools is the AR Virtual Try-On. I used it to find all my frames, and it was super helpful. Also, shopping online at GlassesUSA.com is a risk-free shopping experience with free shipping and returns and 100% money-back guarantee within 14 days. Now, we have an exclusive offer for our listeners, so you got to go to GlassesUSA.com now and check out their holiday offers. GlassesUSA.com is offering a crazy exclusive discount on top of any holiday coupon code they currently have on the website just for our followers. It's only available for 24 hours, so click on the links at the top of our description box to get all the details.
That's right. We want to thank GlassesUSA.com for sponsoring this week's episode. Let's get back into it.
All right, so we're back, and what I will say is I hope that I've had some conversations, and I think this concept could be really great to be referred to as the Big Brother Winter Games. And we filmed, it was a very tense filming, high paced, constant, no breaks. Like, it was a really intense way, I think, for everybody to film. I'm not talking about the contestants. Quick turnarounds, a lot of stuff. And I really do think they have something with this concept of competitions, but there's not a social element to it because it's just, quite frankly, not long enough. It's hard to form bonds. It's more so like, who can I bond with to like who do I have a similar like target as, and then let's just go after them. And there's no real way to waver it by forming relationships, which is honestly probably one of the best things that I do, is form great relationships where I'm like, you may think I'm a threat, but it's like, you love me and now you're not targeting me. That element was gone. And so I think if you bring and you lengthen it out a little bit and you call it, Big Brother's in the summer, we need something in the winter. And I think if they make it Big Brother Winter Games and you have it a little bit lengthier where it's this similar concept, I think they could have a completely new show that crushes it. I think they could have a new show that crushes it.
They could throw 16 people in there, double up on what they had in there now. That's going to extend the show a little bit. But like you said, they'd have to, find a way to give it a little bit more time.
And there's other
a
things,
little bit more meat on the bone.
Budgets have to, they have to get approved for that. And hopefully we did a good enough job with the Reindeer Games to let some of the people over there be like, guys, look what we delivered in this amount of time. Let us deliver it in this amount of time, and we will deliver. And I really do genuinely think they can.
What do you think about the fact that, and I've seen, it's been limited, but I've seen stuff on social media where social media appears to be loving it and there's no live feeds. Mm-hmm. What do you think about that?
So that was also a big thing. I wanted no part of the live feeds. So obviously, because it's just, I don't know. The live feeds are for a specific, there's specific people that really are just like, if they don't have the live feeds, they don't care. And again, that's the people on Twitter that were being the loudest about their disdain for the show. Cut to them being obsessed with the show and celebrating it. It's like, it just shows how like the people that watch the live feeds that are like those like, oh, we need them. You guys are going to watch anyway. So The live feeds are not, in my opinion, they're not really necessary. All it does is creates more conversations and allows people to be like, oh no, this is what people were really doing, when it's like, no, this is what they were actually doing, which is why it was seen on the live show. I don't think they're necessary. I think the drama of this show is in the structure of it. The drama is in the structure of winning, advantage, disadvantage. Winning, you guys are going down. Winning, we're saving you, everybody else is going down. It's like, the drama is there based off of the decisions. And so I think they really have something here that can tap into all aspects of what we love when we watch these shows, right? We want to watch drama. We want to see underdogs do well. We want to see top people get knocked off. We want to see drama within the cast, relationships get broken, somebody backstabs another person. And with this concept of this show, you'll get that. And I have to say, Reindeer Games is just getting started. It's going to be the upcoming episodes, and this is going to go out after a few episodes have been out there. So we're talking about this right now. Only 2 episodes are out. It gets so much more chaotic. The chaos that
you can only
ensues,
imagine as you get closer to the end,
dude. The chaos that
stakes
ensues
are higher.
When decisions get made. Just guys, make sure you guys are locked in and not missing any of the episodes.
No, I gotta make sure I watch. It's tough. Obviously, we're all busy, and I'm smoked right now. I'm like still recovering from a cold. So when I will say this about the live feeds, my big takeaway, and it's something I really didn't think about before, is it recreates that suspense and that mystery, because when you know it's going to happen, it's already put out on Twitter before the episode drops.
Totally.
Where people are really tuning in because like there was just a commercial that showed everyone crying. And everyone on social media is going, why are they crying? What happened? Nobody knows. And awesome. That's what a show's all about. It gets the viewers to. So I wonder if there's going to be a correlation between what's happening on social media and the fact that they're not giving away everything before the show actually airs.
Right. So I don't think there's ever going to be an aspect of Big Brother without live feeds, because you just can't.
I agree.
You can't take it away, because it's what this show has been.
It's called Big Brother.
Yeah, and that aspect is from the live feeds. Someone's always watching.
Yeah.
And so you can't take it away. Although I have my opinions on the live feeds, you can't take it out of Big Brother. But now offering something that is kind of has that Big Brother feel to it, where it's like backstabbing, drama, who's going to win, competitions, who's going to be safe. That element is still involved in this, and I think it's made it so fresh. Now, what I do love about the Reindeer Games, is I've been cracking up through the first 2 episodes, because the personalities that are in there, the fun that they brought to it, like Josh has been cracking me up, Brittany has been cracking me up, Frankie has been cracking me up, and it's just fun. Like it has a fun element to it. Now, it's hilarious to say this, because I know when I was there, I was like, bro, there is nothing fun about this show. We are brutal. The mental toll that it took on everybody there was brutal. And everybody was struggling just for some semantics of the show, which I can't really describe, but it was like everybody was struggling bad. And then you add the game element, and it just like enhanced it times 10. And so I think it's really cool. I think the show is really, it's a lot of fun. I've enjoyed laughing, because everybody there was a little more lighthearted, which is why you saw, like, when stuff was happening, everybody was like, hey, it is what it is. Like when Brittany gave me the disadvantage, I was like, I knew it was coming to me, because I knew everybody, like, it was wild, bro. And I felt it in Traders, right? Because people knew, but there was an element of Traders where there was no competitions. So it was like, I think Cody, but then again, there's that element of I'm there with you. I'm talking with you. Like I can speak to you. I can make you feel comfortable. Now maybe you trust me. Like that element was kind of taken out of this Reindeer Games. So it was like, when I walked in there, it was immediately like, Cody's the biggest threat. We got to send him home. And I was like, honestly, bro, on day 1, it made me be like, dude, am I really like, what am I doing? Like everybody's going to target me every day. Every day I'm going to be going down into this thing that we found out was Santa's Showdown. I was like, bro, I thought I was signing up for something fun and lighthearted, and realistically, I'm like, I'm going to be fighting for my life every day. I literally said it to X. I go, bro, we're going to be fighting for our lives every day. Every day. He goes, yeah, I know, man. And it's just like, I'm like, that's not fun.
No,
that's not lighthearted.
We're going to definitely get to your demise. But before, you said something there that I think is important. As a viewer, I didn't know anything going into the show. I think you hit on the secret sauce. First off, I agree with you. This is going to be something else that Big Brother does, not in replacement of it, because they're two different shows.
Right.
One's highly edited. One doesn't have live feeds. One's 100 days. One's only 2 weeks. They can do this for Halloween. They can do it for the winter. They can do it for they can do it multiple times a year, and they can generate a lot of income with the skeleton production crew. But I think what the secret sauce is here is your cast was great for the show. You have a bunch of people who are very different, all different parts of Big Brother's history, from the modern Big Brother. You have some from the older days, and then you have some in the middle. But every single one of you bought into the Christmas theme. And that's the key here, because I went into the show and I'm watching it and I'm smiling.
Yeah.
And I'm laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are competing with each other, but this is fun. It's the holiday season. I don't want to go into a show and be angry when I leave it. And I was enjoying it. It was fun to watch, even though my boy was in a bad spot. It was fun to hear the DRs. It was fun to see the storylines that were already built in because you're existing players.
Yeah.
You have Taylor in there coming back as a previous winner. You have Nicole and you. There was an interesting thing there where you're going back and forth. You hadn't talked in 3 years. You had the dynamic between Brittany and Nicole where they hashed some things out. Got to see you and Frankie reunite. And then you have Xavier, Xavier's the most calmest one out of everyone. He's just like, I'm pragmatic. This is how it is. And then like you mentioned, Josh as well. Josh is great. He's evolved as a person.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Just physically, mentally, emotionally. He's a completely different guy. And you wouldn't have seen that without having him back. And then obviously you have Danny. And you have also not Cam. I think Cam was a great addition to the cast. Because let's be honest, Big Brother 25 is forgettable. Nobody's talking about Big Brother 25, and it's only been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't the best season. But having Cameron come in there, he was America's favorite player. Now he's back on there again.
Yeah.
I thought that was a nice touch. So, yeah, overall, I just thought you guys as a whole, collectively, really sold the theme of this show, which is Christmas.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what it's all about. Even though you're trying to cut each other, the theme was still always back to Santa. That was great.
We were constantly given lines to say that were like,
I loved
sleigh riding, the fun, the snowball,
the PJs,
the outfits that they did, which the team, the team that did the wardrobe,
set in the house is incredible.
Amazing. The set crew that built it, the set crew that built the competitions, like you guys haven't it's so good. And it just gets so good. And so it was just like kudos to the entire team that put this thing together. You could tell there's a lot of elements here. And there's no surprise. There was a writer's strike. These networks are needing new content. And what did this give? Brand new concept. A bunch of returners that people have seen recently in the past, been dying to see. Like, I can't even imagine how many people have been dying to see Danielle Reyes back on their screens. And boom,
couldn't get her because it's too long of a season, but they were able to get her because it's short. It's it's great.
It was such a cool, eclectic
Brittany
group.
Haynes, by the way, I didn't mention her. Shout out Brittany. DR is incredible.
Just the best. Like, Brittany was cracking me up. Like, and that was the tough part of it. It's like you started forming bonds right away, but there wasn't enough time to let those bonds carry you. Like Brittany,
let them marinate.
Like Brittany was honest with me straight up. First day, it's a compliment why people are coming after you, right? And I was I was like, so this is going to be awesome. Like, I was like, this is great. She's trying to spin it as like a compliment, and the best is she goes, I know it doesn't feel that way. Like, she's just everybody there. I just really got along with. It was really fun. And it made it kind of more lighthearted for me, even though I was very stressed. Because you know what was stressing me out this time? And it wasn't the game. It was hurting people's feelings. And that's where I've kind of turned that corner with these games. It's like I care more about hurting people's feelings than I do about going all the way to winning. And it's like there's people in there that are like, no, I only care about winning right now. And I'm like, bro, at the end of the day, I said this to Nicole. We were having a conversation. I was like, I genuinely feel this way. And people can say whatever they want. I don't even feel like I have anything to prove. Like, I don't feel like I have anything to prove. Like, I've won to the end of Big Brother twice, which is extremely difficult to do. Then I won up the first time that I played the second time. And it's just like, I go and do these things and I think I'm hopeful that they're going to be lighthearted and fun. And that's what really drew me to this one, is because that was the verbiage. And then I was like even winning and having to give out a disadvantage, I was like, I know who I have to give the disadvantage to. I know. I've been hearing it. It's very simple, very easy. You put me back, flashback 3 years ago. I'm like, done, easy. I know who I'm going after, and I'm going to guns blazing. This time I was like, I feel bad. This sucks. I got to give somebody a disadvantage. Like, I don't know. Are they going to be pissed off? Are they going to take it personally? And that was a really cool thing that I love about this cast. It was nothing was personal. Nothing was personal with anybody. Everything was in reference to the game. Everything was understandable. Like, you saw it with Frankie and X the first day. You saw it with Taylor and I the second day. It just was like, it was so nice to be a part of something like that too. It was kind of refreshing. Which was nice, but it was like, picking the teams was the worst thing I ever had to do. I was miserable once Jordan read to us, Cody, your advantage is picking the teams. And I was like, advantage? Picking the teams is an advantage? This is a fucking death sentence. I was like, what do you mean? Nobody in their right mind wants this advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like the game was, but again, that's the element of the game that's cool. And it's like, how does somebody handle that?
But what you said too there, but like even the dynamic with you and Taylor, like Taylor bought into the Christmas theme. She's a great narrator. She was definitely coming after you, made that very evident.
Yeah.
You understood, but like there was no like drama or fighting, or it was just, it's like, listen, this is game. This is a game. We're trying to win 100K.
And it was nice.
What? Everybody's got to go. It was great. I mean, it just overall, like even though you got, you know what I mean? You definitely got.
Hey man, I went big. I went home. I picked my team. I said, all right, I know a bunch of people are saying my name minus Josh. That was the only issue. Like, bro, and here's my other thing. Straight up, it had flashed through my head. And this is kind of the element that's getting frustrating, right? About these games and the dynamic of it. And it's because of the social media and all this stuff. I wanted to roll into that. Josh, Xavier, Frankie. That's what I wanted to do. I'm like, give me the boys. I'm a guy's guy, man. It is what it is. Call it whatever you want. I wanted to roll in there with the boys.
You're broing out. You're broing out. Dude, Taylor called you out for that.
She called me out for that. But honestly, I love it, man. I love the boys. It's just how it is, bro. And I wanted to roll into that. And then I'm thinking, I'm like, man, I'm going to hurt Nicole's feelings. Then, oh, wait a minute. How's outside going to perceive me doing an all guys team? Are they going to call me a misogynist? What's going on? All these elements now have like influenced decisions, and it sucks. And it shouldn't have. I shouldn't have cared. I should have been like, let me roll with Josh, Frankie, and X. All the girls were coming after me anyway. So listen, it's annoying that, and I'm just like, and then it's my downfall. And then what were they going to save me after I picked the other team?
Hindsight's 2020. Obviously, I wasn't there, but I'll tell you, when watching it, I was like, man, I probably would have picked a couple people that I thought were easy wins.
Yeah, I thought
because
about
that way you're hedging your bet, right? Yeah. Like it's like, hey, we're gonna win, we're gonna try to win. We're gonna put together a good team, but you don't know what the competition is. If it was a physical comp, you guys probably would have won. But it was about balance and. It was more about mental, like understanding the weights and the feel of it. Like a lot of things that weren't necessarily some of your strong points. Right. So they did great. They crushed it with a disadvantage, right?
They
and
flew.
So, not knowing what the competition is, I would have said, listen, I could put this quote unquote super team together that's not equipped for this specific competition. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to put one or two people on my side that I feel like if I have to go into a puzzle or something physical, I'm not dead in the water where but you knew it. You said, hey, listen, I'm going in there. Yeah. I'm putting the best team I can together. Yeah. Worst case scenario, I'm going to be going against the best players in the house, and in comps at least. Yeah. In a competition to win.
And I had thought, like, dude, obviously you know how my brain works. Like, I'm literally once Jordan announced pick teams, Cody, your advantage is picking teams. I heard nothing else. I'm like, okay, picking teams. I was like, okay, so I have options. I could go stack my team, or I go. Like I don't, and she said like, the losing team or the winning team is going to have the advantage of picking who's going to be in Santa Showdown. So I didn't know kind of what that meant. I was like, so how many people are going to be in Santa Showdown? It's like, is only the losing team going to be in Santa Showdown, or is it going to be only 2 people? Is it going to be 3 people? Like, I didn't know what was going to happen. And I was like, I was thinking worst case scenario, I would have put like someone like X and Frankie on my team, then grab 2 of the girls that I knew were coming after me. Brittany and Taylor was my thought. Or I put me and Frankie, Brittany and Taylor on my team. And then I was like, if we lose and they decide to say, oh, only 2 people are going down to Santa Showdown, I'm going to go against Frankie. And I don't want to go against Frankie. So like my thought process was like, I don't want to isolate. Might as well just put everybody on my team that I really care to protect. And then I was striking the deal with Josh because he's someone that I really loved, man. Him and I bonded and clicked a millisecond into the game. It was wild. It's like I knew him. It was a bizarre relationship. And I literally was like, bro, I don't know what it's going to be, but if there's an element of saving somebody, you're who the group is saving. I already had mentioned it to X. I mentioned it to Frankie. Like, you're good. And so I was like, I can protect Josh in a way. We can win. I can protect all the people that I really want to protect. And so ultimately, my decision was based off of, do I play to win or do I play to lose? And I'm like, I'm a winner, man. I don't want to play to lose. Who plays to lose? Belichick didn't go. Tom Brady didn't go into games saying worst case scenario. It's like, no, I will be prepared for worst case scenario, going down and having to win. But I ain't putting my whole game plan around it. I'm fucking going to win. And it blew up in my face.
You ended up with
it's
a
no
fruitcake.
big deal.
I ended up with a fruitcake.
So
No, it was great. But the fact that we're sitting here smiling, laughing about it tells me that the show's doing it right.
Totally.
And I will say so far, just as a spectator, a lot of people impressed me. You know, it's good. Obviously, we've had the history, but it was great seeing Nicole back on camera.
Totally.
I loved her as a fan, watching her on 16 and 18, seeing her back, seeing her playing for her son Arrow. Awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's great. Taylor has evolved as a person. You can tell.
Yeah.
She's more of a social, strategic thinker, but also killing competitions, right? Like absolutely crushed that competition.
Unwavered.
Yeah, I mean,
ding, 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 ding. Josh,
Yep,
get out
nailed
there.
it.
I was
Let's
like,
move on.
I was like, what?
Nailed it. Josh, obviously, like a complete physical transformation for that kid.
Totally.
Just really doing his thing. Everybody. If I'm not leaving anybody out intentionally, like everybody in there serves a purpose. They have a place. They're not just a bump on the log. They're all contributing in their own way with their own story. So kudos to the producers over at Big Brother for doing it. I think they have something here. I think we'll be seeing it again.
I hope
I'm
so,
looking forward to watching the rest of it.
Yeah.
What are your final words before we wrap this up?
My final words are, it is just getting started. And I
Yeah,
can't
you said
wait
that.
for the end of this.
Play out.
Just saying.
Hey, I love it. I love the cliffhanger. Listen, guys, we appreciate you being with us all year this year. We are not going to be covering Reindeer Games, but we're going to be watching. You'll probably see us on social media. Keep checking it out. It's going to be good. As Cody said, everyone stay safe out there. Have a great holiday. That's what this is all about this time of the year. Green and red lights behind us. Don't forget it.
That's right.
Okay. Cody, love you, brother. Always
you,
a
man.
pleasure watching you on my screen.
Yes, sir.
And we will talk soon. Guys, take care. Be safe out there. Like, comment, subscribe. See you in the new year. Later.